The wait is over. Estevao finally arrives at Stamford Bridge. Have you ever waited 14 months for something you really wanted? That feeling of excitement mixed with nervous energy? Well, that's exactly what Chelsea fans have been experiencing since we first heard about Estevao joining the Blues. And now, finally, the wait is over. The 18-year-old Brazilian winger has officially arrived at Cobham, ready to start his journey with Chelsea. But this isn't just any young player joining the club. This is a talent who has already made waves on the biggest stages in world football. Who is Estevao and why should Chelsea fans be excited? Let's start with the basics. Estevao is an 18-year-old winger from Brazil who spent his youth career at Palmeiras, one of South America's biggest clubs. But here's what makes him special: he's not your typical teenage signing who might need years to develop. During his time at Palmeiras, Estevao made 83 first-team appearances. Think about that for a moment. At just 18, he's already played more senior football than many players twice his age. That's not luck or coincidence. That's pure talent being recognized and trusted by his coaches. But it gets better. Remember when Brazil called up their squad for World Cup qualifiers? Those are some of the toughest games in international football. South American qualifying is brutal, with every team fighting tooth and nail for a World Cup spot. And there was Estevao, earning his first cap in September and going on to represent his country 5 times. What does this tell us? It tells us that Brazil's coaches, who have access to some of the world's best players, see something special in this young man. The Club World Cup performance that caught everyone's attention. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Do you remember Chelsea's path to becoming world champions at the Club World Cup? It was an incredible journey, but there was one moment that stood out for very different reasons. In the quarterfinals, Chelsea faced Palmeiras. And guess who scored against the Blues? That's right, Estevao. The same player who was already destined to join Chelsea managed to find the back of the net against his future teammates. Can you imagine the mixed emotions? Here's a player who knew he would be wearing the Chelsea shirt in a few months, but in that moment, he was giving everything for Palmeiras. That's the kind of professionalism and dedication you want to see from any player. The fact that his goal didn't stop Chelsea from winning the tournament makes it even more special. It shows that Estevao can perform on the biggest stage, even when the pressure is at its highest. The long wait and how he used it wisely. 14 months is a long time in football. Players can go from heroes to zeros in that time frame. Careers can change completely. So what did Estevao do during this waiting period? He didn't sit back and relax. He didn't coast through games knowing his future was secure. Instead, he used every single day to improve and prove himself worthy of the Chelsea shirt. In his own words, Estevao said he had almost a year and a half to wait until he arrived at Chelsea. But listen to how he describes that time: "It has been a year and a half that I have worked hard and have done my best to get here in the best shape possible." That mindset is exactly what you want from a young player. No entitlement, no taking things for granted. Just pure dedication to being the best version of himself. What this means for Chelsea's future. Chelsea's recent transfer strategy has been clear: invest in young talent with huge potential. Look at the success stories we've had with players who joined the club at a young age and developed into world-class stars. But Estevao brings something different. His not just potential, his already proven quality. 5 caps for Brazil at 18 years old is not normal. Scoring 83 games for Palmeiras is not normal. Performing in a Club World Cup quarterfinal is not normal. This signing represents the best of both worlds. We're getting a player who can contribute immediately but also has years of development ahead of him. The challenge ahead. Of course, moving from Brazilian football to the Premier League is never easy. The pace is different, the physicality is different, and the pressure is intense. Every young player who makes this move faces challenges. But look at Estevao's track record. He's already adapted to international football. He's already performed in high-pressure situations. He's already shown he can handle the expectations that come with playing for a big club like Palmeiras. The question isn't whether he has the talent. We already know he does. The question is how quickly he can adapt to English football and find his place in Chelsea's system. What position will he play? As a winger, Estevao will be competing for spots in Chelsea's attack. The beauty of having a player like him is the flexibility he offers. He can play on either wing, and his technical ability means he can adapt to different tactical systems. Will he start immediately? Probably not. But will he get opportunities to show what he can do? Absolutely. Chelsea's management has shown they're willing to give young players chances when they prove they are ready. The excitement at Cobham. You can hear the excitement in Estevao's voice when he talks about joining Chelsea. I am very happy. It feels very rewarding to represent Chelsea, one of the biggest clubs in the world, he said during his first day at the training ground. That genuine happiness and pride in wearing the Chelsea shirt is something every fan wants to see. It's not just about the money or the opportunity, it's about representing something bigger than himself. He also talked about hoping to help the team in the best way possible. That team-first mentality is exactly what Chelsea needs, especially from young players who are still establishing themselves. Looking forward to the new season. As Chelsea prepares for the 2024-25 campaign, having Estevao in the squad adds another dimension to the team. His pace, skill, and goal-scoring ability from wide positions could be exactly what the team needs. But perhaps more importantly, his attitude and work ethic set a great example for other young players in the squad. When you see someone who has already achieved so much at such a young age still talking about working hard and improving, it raises the standards for everyone. Final thoughts. The arrival of Estevao at Chelsea represents more than just another signing. It represents the culmination of careful planning, patience, and belief in young talent. For 14 months, Chelsea fans have been waiting to see this player in action. During that time, he's only gotten better, earning international recognition and performing on the world's biggest stages. Now the real work begins. Can he adapt to English football? Can he handle the pressure of playing for one of the world's biggest clubs? Can he justify the faith that Chelsea have shown in him? Based on everything he's achieved so far, there's every reason to be optimistic. Welcome to Chelsea, Estevao. The Blues faithful are excited to see what you can do. What do you think about Estevao's arrival? Are you excited to see him in action for Chelsea? Let us know your thoughts and predictions for how he'll fit into the team this season.